To all the people Trump deported, y'all should be proud. Because Trump just said on Fox Live and said the quiet part out loud. Huh? To all the people Trump deported, y'all should be proud because Trump just said on Fox Live and said the quiet part out loud. Trump just said, I kicked all of them out too fast. We thought once we kicked them out, all the people in urban communities, aka black people, was going to get back in these fields. Trump, what the hell you thought this was? Selma? Hell no, we ain't doing that. Nigga, we'll sell t-shirts on our truck before we do that. I hope that wasn't part of the game plan originally. Trump said, listen, we got to get some of the people that we kicked out of the country back. We got to get them back legally. We'll give them their papers and all. We ain't got no damn farmers. You didn't think about this before you kicked them out? Huh? Listen, the last people who were doing that, their last name was Tubman and shit like that. We ain't into that no more. We got black businesses. We'll figure it out here. Okay, we'll buy a couple stamps. We ain't doing that.
So Trump finally did it. He finally said it out loud. He went on CNBC and said that undocumented immigrants are naturally better at farm labor than other people. Not trained, not experienced, not hardworking. Naturally. He's admitting that the same people that his immigration policies are targeting, the ones that he wants detained, deported, and banned, they're the backbone of the farming industry. He says you can't replace them, that inner city people aren't doing the work. Inner city people. Okay. And that these workers just do it naturally. What? I want you to sit with that for a second. Because that's not just a bad take. It's a racialized idea that some people are biologically made to labor, while others are made to lead. That's outdated logic. And he said it on national television like it was some sort of compliment. And meanwhile, he's promising new rules to help farmers deal with labor shortages. Not because he wants to protect workers. He doesn't even mention them. He's worried about the crops, about the industry, about the people who benefit from it, not the ones who break their backs doing the actual work.
Donald Trump just admitted that he made a very huge mistake. After years of calling immigrant criminals and pushing for mass deportations, he now regrets deporting the immigrants because the very farms that are feeding Americans are running empty. His supporters are feeling the pain. He literally thought that black Americans would replace the immigrants doing the farm work. But since black Americans refused to do the farm work, his plan backfired. And now he wants the immigrants back in the fields. These workers he thought could be replaced, cannot be replaced, And suddenly, the criminals he demonized are now special people, according to his own words. Let's have a look.
I know goddamn well Trump didn't think that we finna get back in the motherfucking fields. So Trump gonna get his ass on goddamn TV talking about he prematurely deported the illegals that was working in the farms. Thinking that us, niggas, was gonna get back out there. Bitch, we already did that, and you see where it got us. Huh? We the freshest motherfucking goddamn race walking. You think we finna fuck up our new Louis Vuittons that we goddamn skipped out on our light bill for? No. Get somebody else to do it. What's wrong? They running short on that motherfucking lettuce that they put on the motherfucking big bats that you eat every goddamn day? Talking about the motherfucking inner city people don't want to take the farmer jobs. Nigga, what the fuck you thought was gonna happen? You didn't think about this shit before you did it? Well, newsflash, Mr. Motherfucking Trump, we don't even want to go to the goddamn jobs that we got to clock in for. They got AC units. We already complaining before we clock in. So by the show of hands, which one of you niggas would go out there and sign up to go work out in them hot-ass motherfucking fields?
So Donald Trump, not in these exact words, but basically admitted this week that a lot of the things that he's been doing, a lot of the policies, a lot of the executive orders that he's been signing off on was all made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. It was made with the intention of getting black people back into the field. All right, so on Tuesday, Donald Trump made an appearance, right, on CNBC's Squawk Box. And on that platform, he actually made a lot of commentary in regards to the situation with the deportations, migrant workers, the state of America's agriculture, and he made comments on inner city people not doing farm work. I want you to always remember that when they mention inner city, that means black. In Donald Trump's exact words, people that live in the inner city are not doing that work. They've tried. We've tried. Everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. They don't get a bad back because if they get a bad back, they die. He also went on to say that they are very, very, very special people and they cannot be easily replaced. Remember what I said, anytime that they mention the words inner city people, inner city communities, inner city neighborhoods, that's black. That's code for black. Black, blackity black, okay? Black people. And it is because of that exact commentary that it reconfirms for me, okay? Not confirms, but reconfirms, meaning that I already knew. But it reconfirms that the plan from the very beginning with these executive orders, right, was to further destabilize black communities, further destabilize poor communities, but black mainly, so that you could put pressure on these communities so that you could get them to go back into the field, right? And then once you get them back in the field, bingo, you've made America great again. Modernize slavery. But black people said, fuck you and this little game that you want to play. Since we are the most valuable player on the scoreboard, we will remove ourselves and let's see if this game is still going to continue. And that's in fact what we're seeing right now. Donald Trump thought that by forcing all of these other people out, taking away our Medicaid, doing all of these things to further destabilize our community, that we would conform, that we would just do what he wants us to do, what the whites of this world, what white supremacy wants us to do. But black people decided to pull a Uno reverse and they did nothing, which is something that they're not used to black people doing. They're used to black people having this spirit of rebellion, having this spirit of revolution. But instead, black people decided that, you know what, I'm going to preserve my energy for me and my people, but I'm also going to remove myself from this game entirely. And now everything is starting to crumble. The way that the America agriculture is taking a huge hit right now because of Donald Trump and his deportations. Like, I don't think that you understand how much America survives off of the labor of undocumented workers. And when I say y'all, I mean all the other races. Black people knew, because black people were telling you. They told you, don't do this. Don't do this, because we're not going back in the field. Don't do this, but y'all didn't listen.
To all the African people, Haitian, Spanish, whoever got kicked out of the country, even people who was doing good in their country in England, and British people, listen, he needs y'all back. He ain't think about it. This is your time to get your paperwork together and come back legally, so that way nobody can mess with y'all for generations to come, okay? Trump said, listen, I thought about it. I kicked y'all out, but our economy wasn't ready for that. The economy said, oh, wait a minute, nigga. Oh, this ain't that type of party, okay? So now he's working on getting them back. Now, Trump did say some wild stuff about, he asked some farmers what happened if they back break. I'm not even repeating that whole joke because it's kind of crazy. But Trump, I don't think nobody proofread what he got to say. I don't think he read none of the stuff that they tell him to say. I think he just say whatever come to mind.
So let's make this make sense. So we know how much Trump hates illegal immigrants, right? And I do quotation marks because I think he just hates immigrants in general. We know how strongly he feels about them. His constant rhetoric was always that they're criminals. They come over here and they kill people. But while he was campaigning, he said the quiet part out loud when he said that they are coming over here taking black jobs. I know a lot of people tried to make it seem like he didn't really mean it in that way. He meant exactly what he said. We all know the stereotype that comes with illegal immigrants. People say they come over here and they do the jobs that no American wants to do. These jobs are typically considered to be the bottom of the totem pole. So when Trump says that immigrants are coming over here taking black jobs, are y'all following? Because now with him revoking DEI and the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, which has protected black people from being discriminated when it comes to getting jobs that they are qualified for, once it becomes harder for you to get into certain jobs because jobs are no longer scared to reject people based off the color of their skin, what do y'all think we're supposed to go back to doing? What do you think we're supposed to do at this point? Because he's going to get rid of all of the illegal immigrants, right? That's his goal. That's his hopes and dreams. To get rid of all of them, to put us where? Put us back in our place, right? Because black people have been climbing corporate ladders recently, and he doesn't understand why. And you know what I noticed? Trump didn't get so heavy into politics until after Obama got into office. And that's when he went on his whole little campaign about Obama wasn't an American citizen and where is his birth certificate and all of this, right? And then after Obama got out of office, that's when Trump decides, I want to be a president. You know why? Because he felt like, there's no way a black man should have been a president before me. If he knew the words, if he knew what DEI meant back then, I guarantee you he would have been calling Obama a DEI hire. Not one black person in Trump's cabinet, but black people can come and be the entertainment at his inauguration, right? We sure do know how to do that. We sure can get up there and dance and sing and rap and do all of that, huh? They're not even hiding it anymore. I don't understand how any black person can feel like they align with anything that Trump and his billionaire buddies got going on. I promise you, their whole agenda for black people is to put us right back in our place, right back where we were. We were never supposed to be up here rubbing shoulders with them. We never supposed to be up in the same room sitting at the same tables as them. Y'all gotta wake up for real.
Think about this. Trump's argument was that the immigrants were taking jobs away from black Americans. He assumed that once immigrants were gone, black Americans would rush to work the farms. But reality is different. These jobs stayed empty, the crops rotted, and the farmers started losing the money. Why? Because this isn't just any job. This is backbreaking job, physically demanding, underpaid, and grueling. Immigrants, many of them, have been in the US for decades. They built their lives doing this work, They know it inside out. And the studies have proved that immigrants commit less crime than native-born citizens because they are careful not to jeopardize their stay, okay? Yet despite that, they were treated like disposable tools, valued only when convenient, discarded when politically expedient.
And all I can say is I knew he was going to regret this shit because there's no person really working harder than an immigrant due to the simple fact that they're on a mission. They're on a mission. They come to this country just to work. Immigrant is probably the hardest working person you know. Hands down. No ifs or buts about it. And it's just like they was not bothering you. I knew in the end time you were going to need these people to take care of life in America. If you really think about it, who are building these bridges that we drive on? Immigrants. Who are building these houses? Immigrants. Who are cutting the grass? Immigrants. So now that your farmers are in need, you want to double down and say, oh, we're going to bring back the immigrants and make sure they come legally. It's not easy to get rid of them. Well, you try to challenge the situation and it backfired on your ass. Don't bring them back now. You broke up happy homes because you hated immigrants. But now that you're in need and you thought the black people was going to enslave and help your farmers, which they're not. This is not back in the day. They barely want to fucking work. Don't bring the immigrants back now.
Trump expected black people to fill in those positions that the illegal immigrants or the immigrants were doing in the fields. I can tell you, Mr. President, that is not fucking happening. We are not going back in the field. You could get that out your mind. You and all your Republican buddies, it's not happening. So you need to come up with a better solution for your shortage of staff. You can't pay us enough. We've been there. We've done that. Not happening. You need to figure out how to work out a path to citizenship for all these hard-working immigrants that do want to work in this country. Because there are lots of people that come into this country that honestly want to work. Not all immigrants that's here, whether they're here legal or illegally, want to commit crime or do commit crime. Statistically proven, you have more homegrown assault on this country than anything else. Mass shooting for one. You understand? So you need to figure out something. But black people, we're not the solution to that. We're not going back. And I believe if for some reason that was ever attempted, you're going to have a fight on your hands.
Donald Trump and his team is seeing exactly what merit means and realizes that, we're not going back to the field. Now he's trying to butter up the immigrants with all this, they're valuable people, they cannot be easily replaced. You damn right they can't. And for surely they cannot be replaced with some of the most educated group of people in the world. I don't know too many black people, honestly, that don't have a degree. And you thought we was going back to the field? I've been making 6 figures working remote for so long. I'll be fucking damned to ever go back to a field job. You think I'm about to go pick onions? Oh, you learning now? That's why I wasn't even bothered when they was doing all them campaigns talking about you taking black jobs. You taking black jobs. Black jobs ain't never been took. We always had a job. We didn't always had a job.
Now, did somebody say that our President Trump was on Fox today crying about he made a mistake sending all them immigrants away? Did he say he made a mistake deporting all them immigrants? Yeah. Did he say the farmers was gonna be suffering and who was gonna tend the fields out there? Did he actually think who he thought was gonna do it? The African American people? Oh, we won't do that no more. We won't do that no more. I got people that own businesses. I got people that sell t-shirts, sell purses, sell everything. I got people that own stores. You know, we don't do that anymore. I even heard that he said what would happen to the, I think he was talking about the immigrants like working and they back, because it's back-breaking work. So he was like, what would they do if their back was broke? What would they do? They say they'd die because if their back ain't working, they ain't no good. You know, we don't do that anymore. We don't tend the fields and stuff. And I tell you something else you figured out. You figured out when you start raising the price on these vegetables and all that stuff, because we know how to, you know, raise crops and stuff. A lot of us started growing our own vegetables. Here, one of my coworkers bought me some squash and okra the other day. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop us. But I tell you one thing, I want to know what black person, African American person finna get out in the field and pick cotton, pick peas, pull apples and all that stuff. You damn right. You better get them immigrants back if you know what's good for you. And go ahead and give them their rights to make them legal. If I was them immigrants, I wouldn't come back to your ass, give me my legalized paperwork. Right when I get on that bus or that ship or whatever you got for them, give me my paperwork ASAP. And you need to hurry up and get them back, because I'm mad anyway. We need some work done at the house. And they damn good workers. They damn good workers. They can do some good stuff around your house, and they don't charge you that much. They do a damn good job. Stuff that people like, you know, my people, we don't do that no more. We just don't do that no more. We just don't do that no more. You think them folks stand in line with Jordans on, stand in line to buy a pair of $300 shoes to put on to go work in a field? Do you really? Do you think them people go buy $3,000 purses, Louis Vuitton bags, Gucci and all that stuff to go work in the field? No, we don't do that no more. Bottom line is, get them immigrants back that you deported. Make them legal, when they come back. And then get them more money for what they was doing before they left. Because you know damn well they deserve it. Because you have seen, you done effed around and found out that you done seen that your plan was going to fall to pieces, because you thought African Americans was going to go back to what they was doing back in the day. This ain't back in the day. This ain't back in the day. I don't need no 40 acres and a mule, because my mama picked cotton so I didn't have to. You understand me? And I'm damn proud of it. I don't need no 40 acres and a mule, because I'm set up now that I can do what I need to do, and I don't have to pick cotton, peas, and all that stuff. So how dare you think that them immigrants was going to go back and we was going to take their spot? That's what you thought, but it backfired in your face. Don't let them people come back over here so I can get some work done in my house. Thank you.
When a leader only recognizes your value when it benefits him, that's not leadership. That is exploitation. These families endured raids, separations, and painful deportations, all to fulfill a political promise. And now that his supporters are feeling the pinch, he wants them back. This isn't just policy failure. This is moral failure, because America's backbone has always been built by the immigrants. And if Trump truly believes that they are special people now, maybe it's time to admit they always were. The system has realized that now the immigrants are very important people, that the America's economy is crashing. Farmers are going bankrupt, you know? They now need the immigrants back. What if they don't come back? Because at this point, most of them will feel that the way they are being treated as inhuman. I don't think most of them are going to come back, you know? Because they only feel that they are only needed when their value is needed. That is treating people badly. You cannot treat people like that. These are people just like you. They are human beings just like you. They have families to feed. They have people who look upon them back at home. They came to America in search of a better life, to chase the American dream, to do better for them, to assist their families financially. You know, they are not desperate people. They are paying taxes. You know, they are not criminals. It's time the administration starts treating immigrants as human beings, okay? Because if they don't going to come back, America's economy will be crushed into pieces because immigrants have built America since way time back. It's time the system and the supremacists now realize this and start treating immigrants as normal human beings. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you found value in what you shared, kindly consider subscribing so you never miss any update from my videos. Your support truly means a lot and it helps us keep bringing you more insightful content. Thanks again and see you in the next video.